everyone, welcome back to video number 2. As promised, I'm going to pick up this video and talk a little bit more about the logistics of the class week to week and go over the deadlines each week so we can kind of see what the pace is for the class. So each week, as remember, there's a 15-week semester. So every week by Monday morning at 8 a.m., your new unit of material becomes available. As I mentioned, I will always make a second unit, the next unit, available as well if you would like to work ahead, but there is no requirement to work ahead, nor is there an expectation to work ahead. I'm always going to be working in the most current unit. But if you have a lot of personal obligations, work obligations coming up, and you want to work a little bit ahead, you are more than welcome to do that. But let's just focus on the fact that each week the unit becomes available on a Monday morning. The schedule gives you a full week until the following Monday when we move on to the next topic. So what are your obligations in that 1 week of material? You have 2 deadlines. The first deadline always comes on Thursday nights of each week. Again, with the exception of the first week of class, because it's a short week, and Thanksgiving week, where there is a longer break over the Thanksgiving holiday. All the other weeks of the semester, units become available Monday morning. Your first deadline is Thursday night at midnight. And your next deadline for that unit is the following Monday morning at 8 a.m. when the next unit kicks in and goes to the next topic of material. So what are your deadlines and what should you do? The first thing you should do is open the folder here called lecture material. As I mentioned, this class does not use an actual textbook. You don't have to buy a textbook for this class. I have given you all the materials that you need to read and watch in order to be successful and learn the material. The lecture material varies each week because there's different topics every week, so it's not exactly the same. But every week you will have videos from me, so get used to hearing my voice. Some of them you'll see my face, some of them I made a while ago before I started admitting what I look like on a video. So sometimes you might just get my audio. And there'll be material to read as you have here. And so you can open up the videos to watch them. You can save the PowerPoints if you'd like. There are links to different websites that contain information. The question comes up sometimes, should you print these materials? Totally up to you. If you like to use paper and pen and write things down, absolutely feel free to print out any and all of these materials if you'd like, but there is no requirement to do so. All of the unit lecture materials, the videos, the links, the handouts, they will stay in your class for all 15 weeks. So if you find yourself later in the semester in like week 9 or 10, and you suddenly want to look back on some material from unit 3, just go back in Blackboard. It will be there. I don't delete the material week to week. It'll always stay there. So you don't have to print it if you don't want to. So you will begin at some point at the beginning part of the week by reading through the lecture material and watching the videos. So this is the really cool thing about an asynchronous class. When you do this work is really up to you. If you're a morning person and you want to get started at 6 a.m., have a great time. If you are a night owl and you do your best work between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., that's fine too. As long as you meet the deadlines for the class each week, when you do that work is up to you. Now, one of the questions I ask you during the first week is when during the week you plan on doing the work, because my biggest piece of advice, other than staying in touch with me when issues come up or just to say hi, is to budget that time. Believe me, I understand how hard it is to juggle a lot of obligations. I have them as well. So however you best schedule your time, make that time and tell yourself, okay, during my lunch hour, between 12 and 2 on Mondays, that's when I'm going to do my work for this class. Or in the evenings, if I have small children, they go to bed, that's when I'm going to do my work. Doesn't really matter, but make sure you carve out that time and don't forget about our class. We'll be here. Okay, so that's lecture material. Let me just go back to the Unit 1 introduction. The next thing you'll do, and this is your first deadline, is your discussion board. So I really love to talk about the law. The law is very exciting, and there's always something new and interesting for every single topic and every single semester I teach this class. Today is September 3rd as I make this video. There are numerous important legal issues being discussed in the news right now. Some of this has to deal with the recent decision by the U.S. Supreme Court to not stay the enactment and implementation of a new law in Texas having to do with a woman's right to choose. There's also a number of states passing laws related to voting rights. What about laws related to mask mandates, vaccine mandates, or COVID-related issues like liability? Can you sue your employer if you get COVID, and so forth? We're going to weave these into our semester all semester long. We'll talk about laws that are older too, but it's really important for us to be current. And so we're going to use the discussion boards every week as a way to talk about the law. So your first deadline every week comes by Thursday night at midnight. You must post to the discussion board based on the prompt I provide. Now, every week the prompt will be related to that unit's material. So when we get to family law or property law, we're going to talk about a topic related to that particular study of law, but we will weave in current and significant events as well. So you have to post Thursday night by midnight. So what does this mean for scheduling for you? It means that you have from Monday morning at 8 a.m. until Thursday night at midnight to read the lecture material, watch the videos, and understand what's happening with that particular topic so that you can respond accordingly. You'll see the prompt that's there, and we'll talk a little bit more about discussion boards when we get onto the boards, but the more you write, it's not just about how long it is, but think about the content that you write as if you were having a class discussion. Now, remember, we don't hear each other record it, although I might experiment with that this semester, so hold off. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit more technology if possible. But remember to be respectful of your classmates. Some legal topics can be very sensitive. You don't have to share or overshare anything personal in the class, but sometimes we've had our own experiences that do relate to the topics, and I want us to feel that this is a safe place to have these discussions. No matter what your life experiences have brought to you, this is a place where we can discuss them. And I encourage us to be transparent and vulnerable with each other, because it makes the class that much more connecting and more interesting. The law is not a thing that just happens over here. The law is woven into all of our daily lives in so many ways. So be welcoming and be honest, but be respectful of each other. So first deadline, back to the deadline stuff. First deadline, Thursday nights at midnight each week. The second deadline in the class comes by the following Monday morning. By that point, you have to complete the unit assignment, and you must respond to at least one other classmate on the discussion board. The board is set up so that you cannot post to the discussion board until you write your own. So you can't read what somebody else wrote and just say, oh yeah, that's good, I'll copy that. You have to write your own by Thursday night at midnight. And then by the following Monday, you have to respond to at least another classmate. However, I encourage you to respond to more than one classmate because that keeps the discussion going. And please don't respond with words just like, I agree, or I disagree, or same here. Try to develop a well thought out response as if you were having a discussion. The discussion boards are graded. It's just 10 points each week. That's not a lot. 10 points. But if you start skipping some of the discussion boards, those 10 points will add up in a hurry. And my other way of saying it's an easy, engaging way to earn points in this class is to participate fully in the discussion board. The other task you must complete each week is an assignment. And you did hear me say that correctly. There is an assignment each week of the semester. So that means that you have from Monday morning, when the unit material becomes available, until the following Monday to complete that work. So what this means is you need to get started on the lecture material and take a look and see what the assignment is. Now, let me just say two other things about the assignment: how to open it and upload it, and also the deadline. I did mention if you have life circumstances, let me know and I can give you an extension, but I am a stickler on deadlines. The reason is that I have dozens of students and lots of grading each week. And so I expect assignments to be submitted on time, and I will also grade them in a timely fashion and get them back to you. Because what I don't want to happen is by the end of the semester, I'm inundated with late assignments because I'll never get to all of them. So what does this mean? Please submit the assignment by the deadline, and then you do have a 1-week grace period after that deadline to submit the assignment late, but points will be deducted if you are late with that assignment. So 1 week to complete the assignment for full credit, 1 week to submit the assignment with a point deduction. If you're going to be later than that second week, you need to come talk to me about what's happening, just so I can give you an accommodation and we can talk about how to keep you up to date with the assignments. Because truthfully, if you start to fall that far behind, it becomes very difficult to catch up since the class, it's a college level course and we're moving through the material quickly. Okay, how to access the assignment. Click here where it says Unit 1 Assignment and open the page. It will bring you to a page that gives you the due date, front and center, and the amount of points that is possible. So there's no questions about when the assignment is due. What you will need to do to read the assignment itself is click here where it says Assignment Number 1 and open the Word document. This will open a Word document on your computer and you will see the written instructions there. Now, how to answer the assignment and get back to me. Please pay attention. There's 2 ways to do it. One way is to type your answers into the Word document, save it on your computer, and then upload it here where it says Attach Files. This operates exactly like an email attachment if you were to send something by email. So that's one way. Type your answers into your own document, save it on your computer, and then send it back to me and I'll open it on my end. The second way that you can submit an assignment is here. See this button that says Write Submission? If you click that, a box opens up and you can start typing here and you will start typing your answers here. And when you are done with that, you can come down here where it says Click Submit and then you can submit it to me. So either one. Now, if you scroll down, there's another box here called Add Comments. Add comments is purely optional. It's not graded at all. It's where you could write a little note to me like, Dear Professor, this was the best assignment ever. Give us more like this. Or, Dear Professor, I had a lot of questions about this one. Or, you don't have to say anything here at all. It's a private comment to me. It does not go to the rest of the class. It's just something I can read when I respond to you. Now, a couple of other things. Please, please, please do not write your answers here. Do not write answers here. The reason I'm saying that, which is kind of funny, is, sorry for the bad writing, is that although this looks like a very big, wide box on your computer, when I get the comment back, it's like this little tiny column on the right-hand side of the page, and it's impossible for me to read. So if you put the comment there, I won't be able to read it. So if you write the assignment there, I won't be able to read it, and I will write you back to do it another way. When you get your assignments back from me, you will see comments. I comment on the work all the time, so I do read everything that you submit. So if you have any questions about uploading assignments, let me know. If by some chance you have like an Apple computer or some other way, and it doesn't, I can't read the assignment as you upload it, don't worry, I will write you back and just say, please submit it again. Sometimes at the beginning of the semester, we have a few questions about the best formatting for the assignment. Not to worry, we will figure that out and move from there. All right, I'm almost at the end of video number 2. Sorry for having to make a very quick video number 3, but I'm gonna upload this one and very quickly make you a 3rd video just to summarize everything else, welcome you to the class, and I look forward to seeing you on our final video number 3.